Well, today we shall study the sense organ. This is another system of the anatomy. You have studied the locomotive system, including osteology, myology, arthrology. Then you have studied the splenonology, including digestive system, respiratory system, urinary system, genital system. And you have studied the circular system, including heart, artery, and veins. Now we shall go on to study the sense organ. The sense organ is also very important for us. There's a general description. Today we shall study the visual organ, and general description and visual organ. Next time we shall study the vestibular cochlear organ, including the vestibular apparatus and auditory apparatus. Okay. Firstly, the composition of the sense organ. You know, we have a lot of sense, including vision, seeing, hearing, auditory, and taste, smell, and some touch or pressure, etc. So a lot of. So the olfactory organ, feeling, the smelling, you have studied. This part is located in the nasal cavity, at the upper 1/3. Here is the respiratory part or respiratory region. Olfactory region. Then the large part we call respiratory region. So in this region, there is the receptors of smelling. So here we do not introduce. Then the taste organ you have already studied. In the tongue, there are 4 kinds of papillae, except the filiform. Other 3 has taste bud. The taste bud is the receptors of taste feeling. So this you have already studied. Then a lot of touch organ, including pain, feeling pain, or touch, or pressure, or vibration, etc. This located in the skin. All of these parts you will study in the histology next year. Histology. You haven't studied histology until now, no? Okay. So here in the gross anatomy, we just studied the visual organ and vestibular cochlear organ. First, any feelings at the very beginning to receive the stimulation, then there must be has the receptors. The receptors is a kind of cells which can receive the stimulation, then transfers into nervous impulse, then along with the nerve to the centers. So the classification of the receptors, there are two divisions. One is by location. That means the receptor located in the part, such as exterior receptors. Exterior means out of our body. Here, touch, temperature, hot and cold, and pain. If a needle punctures, it's very pain. Then light, that means vision, and sound, hearing. So all these receptors we call exterior receptors because the origin of the is out of our body. Then anterior receptor, that means in our body, mostly displayed in the viscera. So another name we call visceral receptors, all visceral, in heart, in blood vessels, or all of the four system, digestive system, respiratory, etc. So this feeling, the receptors located in the viscera, such as the stomach. If we're hungry, then we can feeling hungry. Yeah. If heartbeat, also we can feel the heartbeat, etc. Then another, this is a kind of proprioceptive, proprioceptors. This kind locate in the muscles and are on the joints. So this is a very special receptors. Commonly we do not feel it, but it's exactly there as receptors located in the muscles, tendons, joints, and ligaments, etc. Such as I do not look my hand, but I can know now my index finger upward and lower. Why do you know? Because according to the proprioceptors in the muscle, the strength is not different. So according to this, according to the muscle strength, then stimulate the proprioceptors. Then we can know, although we do not see, we can know the posture of our hand. So this kind, commonly we do not feel it. But if this kind of proprioceptors damaged, then it is displayed some syndrome, such like if the proprioceptor of the hand damaged, then what is the posture of your hand? No. Otherwise, look it, of course, but do not look, then do not know, because the proprioceptors damage cannot transfer the nerve path into the brain. This is a kind of allocation. Another is by function. By function, we can divide it as a series of receptors, such as mechanoreceptor, such as touch, pressure, mostly in the skin, and thermal, including hot, cold, also in the hand. All of these receptors located in the skin. This is a section of skin. You can see what this is a hair, skin hair. This is the root of the hair. So you can see around the root has some nerve. Also this nerve, such like this nerve we call nerve ending. mostly transfers the pain. Such pain. No. Camel pain. Another, such as touch pressure here, touch and pressures, etc. All of these receptors you will study in the histology next year. Then, chemoreceptor, that means chemical. You have studied by Professor Shaw, carotid glomus. Have you remembered? You have studied, this is a common carotid artery, then divided into two, external carotid and internal. At the beginning of internal, the capsule is enlarged. What is this? This we call carotid sinus. This carotid sinus is a pressure receptor because it can feed in the blood pressure. If the blood pressure high or low, then according to this pressure, according to the carotid sinus, then can transfer to the pressure stimulation by nerves to the centers. Then maybe has a reflection. If the blood pressure is low, then maybe high. So it's control the blood pressure. Another, the camel you have studied here, just commonly at the bifurcation of the common carotid artery. This we call carotid glomus. This is a receptor of camel. Mostly, he can receive the concentration of carbon dioxide in our blood. If the carbon dioxide is much higher, then the carotid glomus receive the stimulation, transfer into a nervous impulse, then by the nerves go to the brain, then make a reflex. The reflex means you quicken the respiration in order to inspire a lot of oxygen. So this is a camel and pressure. Another photoreceptor, this just by vision to receive the light waves. Now today we shall study. And next time we shall study acoustic. But you have studied the acoustic receptor is spiral organ. You always study in the histology. Then the balance is some macula. Next time we shall study. Now this is the second classification of the receptors. Then the function of the sense organ receive the stimulation from the external or internal environment of the body. Then transfer into nerve impulse. Then along with the nerve to the center. So if the center received and analyzed the stimulation, then next will be produce a reflex. Such like here. Here we knock. Here, what is this tendon? Or what ligament? just below the patella. Patella ligament, good, patella ligament. Or another origin is a tendon of quadriceps femoris. So in this ligament has the receptors of proprioceptors. Then, according to the knock, then it stretch, the tension will be changed. Then can be according to the sensory nerve to the center. Then produce a reflex according along with the motor nerve to the quadriceps. The quadriceps contract, then make extension the knee joint. So this is the function of the receptors. Mostly, one kind of receptors only received one kind of stimulation. So one kind receptor only receives one kind of feeling. Then just from the external and internal stimulation to the receptors, then transfers into nerve impulses, then to the nervous center. Now we shall study the visual organ. The visual organ is very important, including these four content. Firstly, we should know human being received the light waves very limited, just only here. You know here. Here's a different lambda, different. But only this very limit. That means from these figures, angstrom, 380 to 760 angstrom. Only this we can see. You can see. Here is the violet, gradually to the red. So that means the light can divide into 7 colors. So ultra of these we call ultraviolet waves, and this part we call ultra red waves. So in human being only can see this, but some other animals maybe a small bit further. Then that means the light waves to the receptors. The visual receptors is cone cell and rod cell. Next, we just will introduce later. Then to the optic nerve. You have studied optic canal. Just pass through. That means the second nerve, second cranial nerve. Then to the center, to the visual system. Then the first eyeball. The eyeball, the external feature is very easy. Just like a spherical. The diameter is not so long, only about 1 inch, about 2.5 centimeters. Now, then we shall study the structure of the eyeball. In the outer, there are 3 coats or 3 layers of the walls. Then in the inner is the contents of the eyeballs. The first external feature. The external feature, look here. Anterior 1/6 we call firstly we shall the general feature. In the anterior middle, there is the anterior pole. just opposite to the posterior has a posterior pole. Posterior pole. Then divide these two poles in the mid half, just like an Earth called equator. You know, just very like an Earth, North Pole, South Pole, and equator. So here, from the anterior pole to the posterior pole, this axis we call ocular axis, ocular or ophthalmic axis. Another axis is for vision, also from the anterior pole, but posterior, not posterior pole, but in the we call here macular lutea or yellow spot. Yellow. Afterward, we shall study. Here, this axis we call optic axis. So all of the visions goes into our eyes according to this axis. So here is a very clear region. So here is a ball. Then the outer coast or the walls. The walls can divide into three layers or three. The outer layers we call the fibrous layer or fibrous coat. The fibrous coat contains two structures. First one in the anterior 1/6, look here, is very transparent, very clear, transparent, and the curve is very uniform,